You guys did throw a pregnant woman in jail over a Facebook post during. How do you feel about that?
Me personally?
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
Which woman was this?
It was all over the news, man. How do you not know that?
A pregnant woman has been charged with incitement after allegedly encouraging friends to attend a lockdown protest.
Here's the thing, Australia. I would like you guys so much better if you had a freedom of speech. How is that not standard with you guys? How do you not have a freedom of speech? You have a government could say, if you say something we don't like, we will throw you in prison. Like, how the do you rationalize that?
Are you confusing us with Russia or something?
No, I'm not. I'm saying that there is a pregnant woman who was thrown in jail.
You're under arrest in relation to incitement.
Incitement?
What's that?
What on earth? Excuse me, what on earth?
Just put your phone down.
Can you
in relation
record
to-
this? I'm in my pajamas.
What's
I had
this?
an ultrasound in an hour because
Yeah,
I'm
she's
pregnant.
pregnant.
It's in relation to a Facebook post, in relation to a lockdown protest you put on for Saturday.
Yeah, and I wasn't breaking any laws by doing
You
that.
are actually, you are breaking the law. That's why I'm arresting you, in relation to
In
incitement.
front
How
of
can
my
you arrest
children,
her?
In
That's-
front of my 2 children.
She urged people to attend an anti-lockdown protest in Ballarat this weekend.
I'm happy to
Otherwise-
delete the post. This is ridiculous.
right.
Yeah.
She could face a jail sentence of up to 15 years.
Oh, how convenient that the journalists forgot how the government locked down the Australian people to the point where they arrested people and put them away in camps for daring to criticize the government. They forgot. We shouldn't. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Radowski here of wearechange.org, and there's a lot of absolutely wild and bewildering news, especially when it comes to the return of something absolutely awful, and that are some of the same policies that some bureaucrats are trying to bring back to the United States, as of course they will have the full support and endorsement of the Federal Bureau of Investigations that is up to some really shady, nefarious business, which we're all going to be talking about in this independent media broadcast. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing, you could get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com, and the clip that we played in the beginning of this broadcast was from a press conference with Sean Strickland, a UFC fighter that is going to be fighting for the championship this UFC 293 in Sydney, Australia, and it's fair to say we're definitely going to be rooting for him. I mean, Israel Adesanya also said a lot of things against the current establishment narrative. I think both of these guys are great fighters. One of them definitely has the upper hand here, but personally, I always root for the underdog. So you never know what's going to happen in a UFC match, but personally, I'm going to be rooting for Sean in this one. As also today, there's going to be massive shots fired at Barack Hussein Obama, the former president of the United States, as Tucker Carlson is going to be airing an interview with his alleged lover and partaker of a particular rock that we can't mention here on this family-friendly broadcast. And right after that broadcast, we're going to do a watch party with Larry Sinclair here in studio today. After that watch party, we are going to be going live around 7 p.m. Eastern here on this YouTube channel with Larry Sinclair as our first official guest of the We Are Change podcast that we are launching today with the first episode ever. Super excited about this. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a lot of questions. We are going to have a very family-friendly show in the beginning, and then we're going to change platforms and then have a very wild, extraordinary, crazy broadcast on another platform where we could say and do what we want. This has a lot of important questions are being raised about Barack Obama that personally I think are worth asking, especially with how corrupted and nefarious the entire system is. Just how seedy, just how nasty does it get? Well, we're going to find out today all on this YouTube channel as we're going to be going live 7 p.m. Eastern. We're doing a watch party as well on other social media platforms. And the memes will be bountiful. And we're super excited about this opportunity. As of course, we even got a button pusher. We even have Clint Russell from the Liberty Lockdown podcast joining us, who's probably going to be our co-host. It's going to be a great show, and we will see you there soon. This as the former vice president of Barack Obama and now the current president of the United States just literally wandered off during a Medal of Honor ceremony, leaving a veteran confused about what in the hell is this guy doing? Hey, buddy. Hey, you're not done yet, okay? Why? Get. Where's the cue cards? Someone get him the cue cards already. As of course, the former president of the United States maybe had to take a dump. Who knows these days? As of course, even the corporate media is asking why is his staff treating him like a baby, as his every move, almost every word is carefully selected and curated, carefully chosen to, of course, show off any kind of cognitive thinking skills that clearly are not there. But of course, this is the right person to lead us through another health disaster that is coming back, as we're finding out today that new booster shots, what is this, the sixth? I think this is the sixth or seventh rushed experimental gene therapy is expected to come out as early as next week, as we're getting more reports of cases and hospitalizations going up allegedly because of a sickness, to the point where now even a Maryland school just brought back and implemented new mask mandates. This as other states like Florida have preemptively banned them from being implemented, along with other mandates, lockdowns, and procedures that people here in this free state do not have to go through once again. You're in Maryland, though, you're not going to be having that much luck, and that's one reason out of many reasons why we moved to Florida, a beautiful state that you hear me talking about a lot on LukeUnfiltered.com. As of course, we have done a lot of exclusive in real life meetups here in Florida. We did one in Tampa. We did one in Miami. We are going to be doing another one in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where members of LukeUnfiltered.com get to come, hang out, meet each other, hang out with me, Atlas, the team, the staff, you name it. I'm going to have special guests. I always have a special content creator that comes out and is a part of these meetups that a lot of people are always shocked that is always there. And this is always an incredible opportunity to get to know you, wonderful individuals. You guys get to know me on a personal level. We get to have some healthy drinks like coconut water or some kombucha. We don't booze here. We talk about all of our different health hacks. As of course, LukeUnfiltered.com is a place that I strive for people to get the best information so they could make critically key, important decisions for their lives that will, of course, benefit them. You got a lot of offers of value. That's just one of them on LukeUnfiltered.com. You get 3 master classes. You get a members-only store. You get to talk to other people through a forum. And you get an exclusive video, another one that we're going to be doing today about some of the health food that sadly has been absolutely poisoned. We're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, especially when it comes to the huge amounts of cancers going up in the United States. That conversation, plus a lot more. Brand new spanking video available right now for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. As of course, we are not done here yet, as we want to talk about our main focus, and that is all the really horrible things that a lot of central controllers and bureaucrats in federal agencies are doing right now when it comes to violating, stripping away your rights, and of course, prosecuting and punishing you to the fullest extent of the law that is arbitrarily made up on the go. That was a mouthful. All of this as today's America's #1 safe manufacturer came out and released a very crazy statement to how they participated and worked with the FBI when it came to, of course, giving them the keys and the codes to their safe, because the FBI asked them to do this against a January 6th suspect, in an extremely bewildering statement, which made this safe company lock their replies, but not lock their safes to the FBI. As of course, this case particularly involves someone who is allegedly a friend of the Hodge twins, who had his home and business raided by armed FBI agents that pointed a gun at his girlfriend and then searched his property and searched his safe, which Liberty Safe gladly provided to them. Since then, they have released this weird statement that's very duplicitous legalese, saying that they do this sometimes for warrants, but this time the FBI asked them to do this, so they did, as the company has just shut off their replies, and according to many people, is going to be going through the Bud Light treatment very soon, as population control enthusiast and eugenicist Bill Gates is looking at Bud Light like an economic opportunity, as he just invested $1.7 million in shares of the disgraced company that used Dylan Mulvaney in a marketing campaign trying to get small children to drink alcohol. This, as I think it's fair to say that Liberty Safe will be going through the same kind of treatment as Bud Light has been going through, as many people are now posting that nothing you have is safe, with law enforcement and Liberty Safe grabbing hands and holding each other very tightly. This, as the FBI very easily gets to see what you're doing with every aspect of your life. Even if you have a safe, that doesn't matter anymore. But what does the FBI do? What's on their body camera footage of incidences that have led to fatal shootings? Well, that's something that we are not privy to, as the FBI has just rejected a Freedom of Information Act request dealing with the shooting of a man in Utah that many people question the actual validity of, especially under the circumstances that the evidence was provided to us about what actually happened here. All of this as we're also learning that the FBI has a lot of massive errors that they're producing to the American people, especially when it comes to their reporting, that clearly has a larger political bent to it and is obfuscating a lot of important data and information from the American people that clearly is being done for larger far-left purposes and ideology. This, as I think it's fair to say, that the Bureau and the Department of Justice definitely picks and chooses who they want to target, who they want to go after. The political leanings of the people they go after absolutely matters, and of course the prosecution that happens to them, as far-left organizations that clearly mismanage funds and have called for protests that have led to riots that have caused over 36 people to pass away and lose their lives, with tremendous damage to property, are essentially rewarded and not looked into, not investigated, as the head of Black Lives Matter is, of course, currently sitting in a $6 million luxury mansion, while the leader of the Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, was just sentenced to 22 years in jail for his involvement in January 6th, an event that he wasn't even present at. Yes, you heard that correctly. Enrique Tarrio, the former Proud Boys leader, was just sentenced to 22 years in jail after federal charges and being convicted of a seditious conspiracy in his role of January 6th. This, as the FBI is still on the hunt, on the search for more individuals and fugitives involved in the January 6th incident. The Liberty Safe case also involved a January 6th alleged co-conspirator, as of course former Donald Trump attorney Michael Cohen just came out and said that this sentencing against the Proud Boys, which has been extremely heavy-handed, should, quote, be a warning for what is happening in Georgia, as in Georgia, the president and a lot of his legal staff are facing very serious charges by the government there that has arrested a lot of people around Donald Trump, and according to some legal experts, are hoping some of them turn on him as a way to, of course, harden their case against him, as some of the people indicted here, as some of the people arrested here are also people who politically now disagree with Donald Trump. Will those individuals cop a plea with the prosecution against them in order to, of course, lessen their sentencing? Well, that's something, of course, that is very possible here, as, of course, this case and the many cases against Donald Trump and the many cases against a lot of the other people are clearly politically motivated, as it's fair to say that there is a politicization of the justice system that is only out there for individuals who commit the wrong political crimes, which they first see offense to more than, I would say, the actual crime there. And what's happening in the United States has happened in many other countries before, especially when it comes to the justice system becoming more and more political. The more that happens, the more of any kind of justice, any kind of legal system, any kind of credibility towards it is just absolutely gone. And if we continue on this trajectory, we are going down the road to an absolute banana republic that is led by absolute criminals who, of course, will break any laws, never face any real punishment for it, while throwing in jail anyone who dares to even speak out against them. That's where we are headed towards, and we're not that far away from it. That's my opinion. If you agree with that statement, share this video with your friends and family members. Do you think we're not there as a political, societal class? Where do you think we are? Let us know down in the comment section below. 1 through 10. How much is the frog boiling? 10? It's boiling. Number 1, the water's cold. Where are we on that spectrum? Let us know down in the comment section below. One more video coming your way and one more live stream coming your way. 7 p.m. Eastern here on youtube.com/We Are Change, the first ever podcast episode that we're going to be launching here and doing. Second guest, even bigger than the first guest. And again, we're reaching for the stars. We're going to be doing really incredible things. Stay tuned for a lot more here on wearechange.org.